Good evening. I now call the January 14th, 2026 Building Standard Commission to order. Public comment. Citizens are permitted to address the Building Standard Commission with regard to matters posted for consideration on the agenda. Each speaker must complete a request to speak form and give it to the city secretary. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. Speakers requiring a translator will have 6 minutes, regardless of the number of agenda items to be addressed. Comments or discussion by the Building Standard Commission will only be made at the time the subject is scheduled for consideration. At this time, we'll open for public comment.
Chair, we don't have anybody signed up.
Okay. At this time, we'll close for the public comment. On the minutes, consideration of and action of approval of the minutes of City of Sugar Land Building Standard Commission meeting on December 10th, 2025. Does anyone have any corrections? Seeing none, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Motion? Sanjay, motion.
Sanjay Jain.
Okay, thank you.
And do I have a second?
Yes. Speak your name.
Tell her your name.
Shiva Poti.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Nope. I don't think everybody's signed in, so we're just going to do it by hands. So everybody approve? Say aye, raise your hand. Okay. Raise your, you approve?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay. Motion? The motion to approve the minutes.
Did we have everyone's vote?
Okay, we'll do it again. Motion to approve the minutes. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Minutes approved. The commission will hear a case regarding property located at 2627 Ferry Landing, Sugar Land, Texas 77478, the Highlands, Section 1, Block 4, Lot 83-84, to determine compliance with the Building Standard Commission's order issued on November 12, 2025, requiring repairs by December 12, 2025. During the hearing, the owner, lien holder, or mortgagee shall present proof of work completed to bring the property into compliance. Building Standard Commission will review information and make a final determination regarding actions to be taken by the owner, lien holder, or mortgagee to bring the property into compliance with the code and ordinances, including repairing, removing, or demolishing the property, and failing to comply will result in the City of Sugar Land repairing, removing, or demolishing the property and attaching a lien to the property for the expense. All those that are going to be speaking tonight, if we can have them stand, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth in this proceeding under the penalty of perjury? Okay. I now open the public hearing. Staff may proceed with their presentation.
Pleasure to be in front of you all tonight, Commissioners. We will begin on 2627 Ferries Landing. There was a residential structure that was deemed a dangerous building on June 11th, 2025.
Can we have can you state
Oh, I'm
your
sorry.
name?
My name is
State-
James
Thank you.
Posey, Deputy Building Official. A residential structure at 2627 Ferries Landing was deemed a dangerous structure on June 11th, 2025. We were able to make contact with the owners and owners' agents, did secure a building permit, and they did complete the necessary repairs. We have a new roof, and a structural engineer has signed off on the buildings being a safe structure. Let's see. I have some photos here. Here's a list of the violations and the orders that we did before, excuse me, we did before. Sorry, a little nervous here, guys. Here was some photos taken as of today. You can see a new roof installed. You can see the new fascia installed on the very front of the building. Up there at the top left, you can see where the building was split in half before, where it was letting water and debris in. That has been repaired. It is now a weather-tight building. And towards the bottom right is where the tree was landed after Hurricane Beryl, and that debris has been taken up. Staff recommends the commission find the structure to be in compliance with the city codes and no longer an unsafe, dangerous structure under Section 3, TAC 190, parentheses A of the City Code of Ordinances.
Anything else, James?
No, sir.
Okay. The staff presentation having been completed, I now call the property owner or representative to make comments and present whatever evidence that the property owner or representative desires related to the property at 2627 Ferry Landing, Sugar Land, Texas, 77478. Okay. Is there a lien holder, mortgagee, or anyone else in the audience that wishes to speak regarding this property? Okay. I now close the public hearing on the property located at 2627 Ferry Landing, Sugar Land, Texas, 77478, and open up the meeting for consideration and discussion by the commission. Is there any discussion by the commission on this item for James or the staff? Okay.
Good discussions, yeah.
Okay. So since there is no discussion, then we will go ahead and move on to the sheet. Okay. And I should read this first part, right, Tricia? Yes. Okay, thank you. Be it remembered that on January 14, 2026, the City of Sugar Land's Building and Standard Commission conducted a public hearing regarding the structure located at 2627 Ferry Landing, Sugar Land, Texas, 77478, legal description, the Highlands Section 1, Block 4, Lot 83-84. After considering the evidence presented, the commission finds that the structure is, do you consider it safe or unsafe?
Safe.
Safe?
Yes.
Safe structure. We will check that off and move on from there, Tricia, correct? Beautiful.
That's it for if it's safe. Then
Yes.
you need to take a motion and a second in a vote.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve this finding that the structure presented by the staff is considered a safe structure? Lana Goldberg is
And Shiva
Is motion?
Bhoti, seconds.
the second?
Who's second? Poti?
Second,
Give
yeah.
a second. All those in favor? Say aye, raise your hand. Motion passes. Okay. Commission will hear a case regarding the property located at 103 St. Mark's Street, Sugar Land, Texas, 77478, Venetian Estates, Section 1, Lot 33, acres .501, to determine compliance with the November 12, 2025 order requiring the structure to be secured from unauthorized entry within 24 hours and demolished by December 12, 2025. During the hearing, the owner, lien holder, or mortgagee shall present proof of work completed to bring the property into compliance. The Building Standard Commission will review information, make a final determination regarding actions to be taken by the owner, lien holder, or mortgagee to bring the property into compliance with the Code of Ordinances, including repairing, removing, or demolishing the property, and failing to comply with result in the City of Sugar Land repairing, removing, or demolishing the property and attaching the lien to the property for the expense. And go ahead and call upon the staff to present. And you've already been sworn in, so.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Nicole Guevara. I am the Assistant Director for Neighborhood Services. We do have quite a bit of information to go over with 103 St. Mark's, especially considering that the city had to take some abatement action there. So the structure at 103 St. Mark's was deemed a dangerous property following an inspection on October 21st of 2025. During that inspection, we did find multiple violations of the city's ordinance, including the 2021 International Property Maintenance Code. So overall, this process started back on July 17th. At that point, we received a complaint regarding non-permitted construction that was underway at the property. We did go out several times in July to conduct re-inspections, issue notices of violation for additional violations such as the pool, fencing, the garage, still continuing on into August through September 10th. We conducted numerous re-inspections of the property, found additional issues, the bulkhead, trees that were in danger of falling over. So quite a few different individual violations at the property. On September 16th, we conducted a re-inspection. We found that the violations still existed, with the exception of high grass, which had been mowed. On September 25th, we conducted re-inspections again. Issues were still there. The garage door at that point was still in the process of falling. On September 30th, several city staff did conduct another site visit where we met with members of the Venetian Estates HOA to discuss the current conditions of the property and then next steps as far as enforcement. Again, during that time, we observed that the violations were still in existence. So in October is when we started making contact with individuals that indicated they were the property owners. Unfortunately, those discussions didn't actually result in any action. We did initially schedule to meet with that individual on site on October 6th, but she was a no-show. So on October 7th, we conducted an inspection. Individuals still did not appear. On the 20th is when we obtained a search warrant to enter the property and conduct a full inspection of the conditions there. During that, we got the warrant and then we executed it the following day, and we found lots of issues. We were able to document everything about the property. That's when we determined we needed to move forward with bringing the property to our Building Standards Commission. So we moved forward with issuing those public notices for this hearing. October 23rd, those letters were also mailed to all potential lien holders and posted on site. On October 24th, public notice of this hearing was filed with Fort Bend County. On October 27th, we did conduct a re-inspection and found that the violations still existed. At that time, a final notice of violation for the garage door was issued. On October 29th, we conducted re-inspections. Again, just lots of re-inspections and lots of site visits to monitor the progress or lack of progress, actually, leading into these discussions. On November 6th, we conducted a re-inspection. And then on November 12th of 2025, we did have a hearing before this commission. At that time, the property was ordered to be secured from unauthorized entry within 24 hours, demolished within 30 days, which was December 12th, and that we would hold a compliance hearing at a future date. November 19th, we conducted a re-inspection. We found that those violations still existed, and we posted the order on the property on the 23rd. That was mailed out to the owners and identified lien holders. On the 26th, the order was published in the newspaper, and then on the 2nd, we conducted re-inspections, found that those violations still existed. On the 9th, again, more re-inspections, lots of re-inspections, as you can see. On December 10th, we did make contact with the mortgagee and the lien holder, and on December 15th, we met with the mortgagee regarding the status of the property. On December 16th, we conducted a reinspection. On December 17th, notice of the January 14th hearing was posted at the property and mailed to the owners and identified lien holders. On December 24th, the notice for this compliance hearing was published in the paper. And then on January 12th, which was just this past Monday, we did begin the actual demolition of the residential structure. So today is the 14th, and this is our compliance hearing with this commission. So really quickly, before I hand it back over to our deputy building official, I wanted to run through the violations that we identified at the property. Again, lots of different re-inspections, lots of different overlapping compliance timeframes for those violations, which is why we were out at the property so much. So we have exterior property and premises not being maintained, the premises in the exterior free of weeds. So we have accessory structure violations. We have the swimming pool itself, which I'm sure there will be some who will be happy to know that as we were demoing, we did save several turtles and we set them free. We have the exterior of the structure itself being maintained, unsafe conditions on the property. And then exterior surfaces, including the doors, windows, all of that was, blown out, the fences, that sort of thing. Section 304.4, the structural members shall be maintained free from deterioration, and then our foundation walls. Exterior walls being free from holes, breaks, and loose or rotted materials. We have the roof itself. And then we have the interior surfaces and equipment being maintained in good repair. With that, I will hand it back over to James Posey.
Here's some photos of the structure before it was taken down. You can see the massive amount of demolition they did in the back and the interior. All the sheetrock was removed, all the insulation was removed. This is some of the fencing and when it was going up to secure the structure as per your order. And here's the start of the demolition on January 12th. Today, this was, I believe, the last of the dump trucks that came in to pick up the last of the debris, which was today, January 14th. I don't think it was about 1320, something like that, when that finished up. With that, staff recommends the commission find the structure to be in compliance with city codes and no longer an unsafe or dangerous structure under section 3 TAC 190 parentheses A of the city's code of ordinances. And we're also available for any follow-up questions.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, staff, for all your work on this. A lot of work on your part, so thank you very much for that. The staff presentation having been complete, I now call the property owner or representative to make comments or present whatever evidence that the property owner or representative desires related to the property 103 St. Mark Street, Sugar Land, Texas 77478. Is there any lien holder, mortgagee, or anyone else in the audience that wishes to speak regarding this property? I now close the public hearing on property located at 103 St. Mark's Street, Sugar Land, Texas 77478, and open the meeting for consideration and discussion by the commission. Is there any discussion by the commission on this item?
No question, no discussion.
Okay, beautiful. So we'll turn to our wonderful sheet. Be it remembered that on January 14, 2026, the City of Sugar Land's Building and Standard Commission conducted a public hearing regarding the structure located at 103 St. Mark Street, Sugar Land, Texas 77478. Legal description, Venetian Estates, Section 1, Lot 33, acres, .501. After considering the evidence presented, the commission finds that the structure is
Safe.
safe structure. Okay, beautiful. Check that. And go ahead and call for a motion.
We need someone to make the motion, and we need to state the motion.
State
What's
the
that
motion that the commission has found that the property located at 103 is deemed as a safe structure.
That's the move.
Okay?
Mal Lusky.
Are you second?
Mal Lusky.
Second the motion?
I second the
motion.
motion, Shiva Poti.
So who made the motion?
You made the motion.
Okay,
Mel made the motion.
okay.
Shiva seconded it.
Yep.
All good? All in favor of the motion, vote.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Missing anything? Tricia?
It's time to adjourn.
Perfect. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second, motion,
Same.
second.
Second, Val, second. And do I have, all in favor, say aye.